back to the show. Today our guest is the former Bellator Flyweight champion, 10 Planet brown belt under Richie Boogieman Martinez, and the Combat Jiu-Jitsu 2017 champion, the Iliminator, Ilima-Lai Macfarlane. What's up?
Hi.
Welcome back to the show.
Hello.
Hey, yo, just before we get started, if everyone can hit that like button, it would mean so much to us. Follow us on Instagram. Follow Ilima on Instagram too. Shoot, let's get those followers up. That'd be awesome. Anyways, let's get it started. Welcome. So Bellator 254, you fought against Juliana Velasquez. Kind of just, it's been 5 months since the fight, and kind of just want to get your reaction on everything that's gone on since then.
Yeah. Well, the fight itself was super lame. So it was just boring, and it was like whatever. That was my first defeat that I've experienced in my entire career, and it really wasn't that bad. I mean, I think it's just time, for someone else to be champion, and I'm glad that it was Juliana who won. I think she's very deserving. So yeah, but since then I've just been cruising. I mean, I am in town for a special jiu-jitsu match tomorrow, so I'm trying to stay active as much as I can, and haven't booked anything for fights yet. So yeah, I'm just trying to dip my toes back in the water for jiu-jitsu competition.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk about Sug a little bit, but before we talk about that last kind of MMA question, are you looking for a rematch, or kind of what are you looking for fight wise?
Yeah, so I've been training and fighting for title fights for the last 5-6 fights of my camps. And so I was joking to my coach after I had lost, we're still in the cage, and I'm like, all right, I guess that means I can only I get to train for 3 rounds now. And so yeah, I'm excited to kind of just take more, not chill fights, but riskier fights too. I can take short notice fights. I could, travel internationally to fight, and not that I couldn't do that stuff as a champion, but you couldn't really, And so I'm just excited for this next chapter of my MMA career. But as far as rematch, I told Bellator that I don't want the immediate rematch, and it's because I want to fight her in front of an audience.
Yeah.
So hopefully when that happens, then I'll be, next in line.
Well, for people who don't know, you actually hold a ton of Bellator records. You have the most wins in Bellator history for women with 10. You have the most stoppage wins with 7. You have the most fights in flyweight history, and then you're second for submissions in women's history. Does that make you feel good though?
Wait, who beat me for the submissions?
I guess you're second. I don't know. It's Wikipedia, so you never know with Wikipedia, so Wikipedia could be wrong.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I have the record for women's, but when it comes to overall, with the men's and women's, I think I'm second or third.
That might be what
behind AJ. But yeah, I mean, I do have a lot of records, and I was their first champion, the Innagural, and so I think that kind of made it a little bit easier to step down, because it's I already put my name in the books. But yeah, I didn't know I held that much records. That's cool.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Submission Underground match. You're going against Jessica I. How did this match even come together?
So I have been a big fan of Sug for a while. My coach Boogie, he's been on it several times. There's a lot of 10th Planet that have been on it, so I've been watching it for a while, and I just had a rule when I was the Bellator champion that as long as I held the belt, I wouldn't compete outside of MMA, basically. I didn't want to risk hurting myself or anything like that. So as soon as I lost, I was like, cool, that means I can start competing again. And I knew instantly that Submission Underground was the promotion that I wanted to compete in, just again to get my feet wet again in the jiu-jitsu competition. And the reason that I really like Submission Underground is because the fact that it's in an MMA cage, which I think is super dope. I love Chael. I've worked with him. We've done commentary together for Bellator. And I also like that he has a lot of MMA fighters on the cards. So I hit up Chael and asked him if you know, I would be able to compete on the next card. And so the matchmaker hit me up, and we kind of were just like throwing names around. And I was like, what about Misha Tate or Jessica I? And so she asked Jessica, and Jessica agreed. So that's how it started, or that's how it happened. And again, I'm super excited to go against Jessica. I'm a really big fan of her. I've been following her career for a long time. And you know, she has a really big following too. So I thought it was just a really cool matchup. You know, promotion versus promotion.
Yeah. How do you think you stack up against Jessica?
As far as grappling?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Actually, now that you ask, well, what is she? She's a 35er though, right?
No, she's 20. We fight at the same
It's
division.
25.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How would the fight go?
I think it would be really cool.
That would be a cool fight.
Yeah, I think she's is a really great boxer and super tough. Like, always looks really physically strong and prepared. But I think I do edge her out on the ground. But I guess we'll find out for sure tomorrow about that prediction. But again, I haven't competed in jiu-jitsu since 2017, so there are nerves, like, but it's cool that's in a cage, because I'm like, oh, it's just like another fight, but no strikes.
Put her up against the cage. Why not, right?
I mean, I love the cage, so we'll see. We'll see if it gets that far.
Are you trying to finish this in regulation, or do you think that it'll go to overtime? What do you think?
I think it's gonna go into overtime, because honestly, I don't think my jiu-jitsu is that good. Like, my pure jiu-jitsu, I don't think it's that strong. And but I think I have really good jiu-jitsu for MMA, you know, when strikes are involved. But I think it's gonna go into overtime, because like, my submission game is not super strong. Again, and like, I don't know, I guess I'm just this last week rolling with my teammates, and I couldn't submit them in 5 minutes. I'm like, fuck. So, but I'm really good in overtime. We train a lot of EBI overtime at our school. So like, I feel very, very confident in my overtime game. That's not to say I'm not going to try to finish it in regulation, but yeah, I would be very comfortable if it went to overtime.
Are you going to take the back or the arm?
Arm all day.
Really?
Yeah, I never take the back.
Really?
Yeah. I also suck at back take. So I'm like telling you guys all my secrets.
This actually won't come out till Monday.
Okay,
so
cool.
We can tell all the secrets today.
Yeah, but I'm terrible at back take. So yeah.
Even when you just get the back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think I have like, I do have a RNC finish in one of my fights, but like, otherwise the back is just one of my worst positions.
Yeah, you're going to get her with an arm bar. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I like the arm.
Oh, yeah. Was it funny to you that they didn't even know what the Dead Orchard was in the first fight?
Oh, yeah, they're like, it's not a double
You got it with a double arm bar.
Yeah, I remember Jimmy was the commentator. Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know what I hit, honestly. I've never hit that before. And then I was just like, maybe if I pull down on this and do my legs like this, then it might work. And then people were like, oh, you just hit the Dead Orchard. I was like, oh, what's that? So I can't even explain to you how I got into that position.
What?
Yeah.
The way you did it, it seemed like that's just your move.
Oh,
like
no.
the way I watched, because when I watched it, it just seemed like you were like, yep, well.
I've literally never done that before in my life, like not even in practice. And so, yeah, so people ask like, oh, can you teach us what you did? I'm like, I seriously don't even know how I got there.
That's, wow. Hey, you learn stuff on this show. Talk to me about your submission underground plans. Is this a kind of dip your toe in, you're out of here, or are you looking for more super fights? Are you trying to fight the champ? What's up?
Oh, Amanda, no, that's my homie. And she would probably beat my ass so easily. It wouldn't even be a competition. But I think, again, I wanted to stay active while I waited for a fight. So I'm hoping that I'll get booked for a fight sometime in June or July. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, we basically started fight camp already, just because we figured that Bellator would call me pretty soon. And so, yeah, I mean, I would love to do more submission undergrounds. It just depends on whether or not I'm in fight camp.
So was it fun going into the training camp knowing you weren't going to have to cut any weight?
Oh my gosh, that made all the difference for preparing for this fight, or this match rather. Like I said, like, it was so nice not having to cut weight, not having to worry about it. Of course, I was like still eating clean and everything, but just not having that pressure of cutting 30 pounds is awesome. And I even, you know, like I told you earlier that I'm kind of hungover right now, which would never happen in a normal fight camp. But I went to my fiance's gig last night and I had kombucha, which had alcohol in it, and I ended up getting drunk. And I was like, what am I doing? I have a match in like 2 days. I did say no to the shots though, but yeah. So
that's responsible.
It's cool. It's just, yeah, I guess you could say I feel very relaxed. And yeah, it's just definitely not as much pressure as a real fight.
I feel like San Diego would be a tough place to be having to cut weight or like eating clean.
Yeah, the food is so amazing. And I had Mexican food right before we came up here. And then, of course, like, Boogie then just go and get Mexican food again when we get up here. I'm like, we're in Oregon. Like, our food in San Diego does not compare. Like, our Mexican food in San Diego is incredible.
It's so good.
Yeah, but they really wanted Mexican food, so.
Talk to me a little bit about 10th Planet Oahu.
Oh, yeah. So 10th Planet Oahu, it's been in the works for a really long time. We actually have been working on it since, like, 2016, I want to say, and the plan was to open it up last year, and then 2020 happened. So yeah, we're getting the ball rolling again. We're hoping to open it up by the end of the year, and it will be my gym. I won't be the head instructor though. I'm gonna be dual resident, basically going back and forth between Oahu and San Diego. But I'm super excited to open it up. It's been a long time coming, you know, just having a 10th Planet in Hawaii. It's been a long time coming. So I'm happy to be able to be the one to bring it to the island.
I was gonna say, how did that make you feel that you're the one that's bringing this to the island? Like, how does that make you feel?
Well, I freaking better be the one. Like, it's super funny because there's a lot of nerds out there that hit me up that's like, oh, we have a business idea for you, like, we want to open up a 10 Planet Hawaii. And I'm like, oh, excuse me, pause, no, like, get out of here. That's my gym. Like, if anybody thinks they're going to open a freaking 10 Planet Hawaii before me, like, you need to sit back down. Because I'm like I'm from Hawaii. I'm Hawaiian.
Hold on. Your name is the Pineapple Princess.
I'm the freaking
like, do we need
princess.
to, I mean, like, do we need to go any further?
No, so it's cute, you know. There have been several people that have reached out to me that wanted to open up a gym with me, and I was like, we got a team together. It's already happening, but thank you for your interest. Maybe you can come visit and train. So yeah, we're again. I'm actually flying home next week to start looking at some spots and locations, and super excited. We have black belts that have expressed interest in running the program out there. You know, maybe a certain badass by the name of Keith Krikorian might be the instructor out there. So yeah, we have really big plans for that gym. And again, hopefully by the end of this year, it'll be up and running.
So you said you're gonna split time with San Diego and the Oahu gym?
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Are you still gonna do your fight camps then in San Diego, or?
Yeah, it'll be in San Diego. So that's really one of the biggest reasons. You know, I mean, San Diego has been my home for the last 11 years. I love it up there. You know, I have a home in San Diego. My dogs, my fiance, they're all in San Diego. So yeah, I'm not quite ready yet to leave San Diego, and my gym, you know, I'm sorry, my fight camps are all in San Diego. You know, my training partners are up there, so definitely doing fight camps in California, and then again go back and forth between Oahu and the West Coast.
Did you do any kind of camp for this grappling match, or were you just kind of?
Sure, yeah. No, I just like went to training like normal.
Like normal, yeah.
Yeah, especially because again there wasn't we didn't have to cut weight, so it's not like I was super hardcore, weight maintenance training and everything like that.
You feel like you're in good shape?
Yeah.
You feel good even at like your normal weight?
Yeah, no, I definitely feel heavy, but I don't think it really affects my grappling as much as it does like striking, because striking is something that I'm not comfortable with. Grappling is like second nature to me, so yeah, people are like, well, don't you feel slower? I'm like, no, actually, because again, grappling it's what I'm natural at, but striking, I can tell when I'm heavy because I'm freaking slow as shit. I get tired really easily when I strike.
Yeah. Tell me about training with Boogieman. What is it like getting rounds with him?
I'm a child when I'm with him and just like zero competition. But it's awesome. I love him, man. He's one of my best friends. We're actually neighbors too. And yeah, training with Boogie is just such good vibes. Like, he makes you really love coming to the gym. Everybody's close, very, very familial vibes in there. And so, yeah, again, like, he's one of my closest homies. He's with me at all my fights, so he's not just my jiu-jitsu coach. Like, he's like my freaking homie that's with me on the road. And after my last fight, I'm like, my nose is broken, my freaking eye is cut open, and I just lost, and I just walk over to him. He's all like, I would do this again, like, any day. Like, I'm with you to the end. I was just like, fuck yeah, dude. So yeah, that's the homie right there. And really grateful to have him in my life, and grateful to be able to train with him. He's a freaking badass, And I just love, I think he's such a great example of not just a coach and a competitor, but just a human being, just the coolest.
Totally. So who are some of your favorite people to train with then? Not that he's not one of your favorite people, but like who are your best training partners?
So Juliana Miller, she is a purple belt and pro MMA fighter, and she's like my number one training partner. It used to actually be Liz Carmouche, but then she signed to Bellator and we're in the same division. So we kind of had to have like some degree of separation after that, because we're definitely going to fight each other.
I was just going to say, is the student about to fight the teacher?
Yes. Yeah. We're like, that fight is 100% going to happen. It's just a matter of when. And so, yeah, we had to have a little bit degree of separation. Like, we'll still train together, but just not as frequently anymore. And we'll help each other get ready for each other's fights. But yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
That surprises me.
Yeah. Well, what's surprising about it?
I don't know. I guess nothing now that you say it, but I guess just because it seems like it was like your coach coming up. You know what I mean?
Oh, she was 100%. She was like my mentor. She took me under her wing. And yeah, now it's like we're competitors. We're gonna fight each other. But we're still super close. Like, I'm close with her and her wife and their family, and yeah, it's not going to be weird. I mean, it'll be a little weird, but we're still going to go out there and try to kill each other. So
kill each other, and it's all good at the end of the day.
Might as well get paid for it. Yeah.
Might as well,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, put your prediction hat on real quick. Richie is fighting Mason on the same card that you are. How does that fight go? How does that match go down, you think?
Well, I know Mason does not want to engage with Boogie, with his guard. Boogie has one of the sickest rubber guards, but I heard that Mason has a really good rubber guard too.
He has his own omoplata.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really not familiar with Mason a lot. I mean, I don't watch guys' stuff a lot unless it's my teammate or something. But I think if Mason doesn't engage with Boogie, when in Boogie's guard, then I think then like that's what he's gonna try to do. I think if it goes to overtime though, I got Boogie winning by the spider web. In overtime.
In overtime. It's funny because I know that you don't watch, but Mason previously fought Satoshi Ishii, and he actually engaged him, because the few fights before that, he just wasn't engaging anyone. He was kind of wrestling and then getting to overtime to get to the back to smash. He's got a nasty looking rear naked choke. So, you gonna watch any of the fights tonight?
Yes. In fact, the girls' fight I'm really interested in. That fight is Jillian Robertson, who's also a Submission Underground veteran, versus Miranda Maverick. It's my division, and I think me and Jillian might also meet each other down the Submission Underground road at some point. I know she'll be watching our match tomorrow, and we're super cool too. We're really cool. So yeah, I'm excited for her fight tonight, and that's pretty much it.
Who you got in that fight tonight?
You know, Miranda's a tough chick. She is really good. So I think if Jillian can get to the ground, then she'll have the edge. But Miranda's really tough. She's super strong, and her striking is pretty on point. She's been working on that a lot. But yeah, so I'm a total women's MMA nerd, but like men's fights, I don't really care.
That's so funny. Okay, last thing. Shout out to the fans. What do you want to say to all your fans, followers? Say what's up to all the Dojo Outfitter family too.
Hi, Dojo Outfitters. Yeah, I hope I don't let you guys down tomorrow. Yeah, I'm just excited to like be competing on a platform like Submission Underground, and yeah, shout out to my sponsors.
Yeah, tell me who.
Farmers Market, and Habit CBD, TC1 Gel. They're going to be sponsoring me for tomorrow's
You got a code?
match. Yeah.
What's your code?
So for CBD, it's Ilima10. Yeah, that's it.
Ilima10. Hey, use your code, save 10%. Why not? Hey, while you're at it, use code DojoTube, save 10 more percent.
Yeah.
Just stop, shop, and save. So, hey, thank you so much. So awesome to have you. Good luck tomorrow. Peace.